Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Do you have 21-inch mesh and you need a good idea? Well, I have the idea for you tonight. We are going to take 21-inch mesh and we are going to transform it to make this beautiful wreath. And we're going to show you a few extra tips along the way. And you're going to find out how you might be able to win this wreath. So make sure you watch the whole video. All right, it's time to make a new style of a wreath and a new petal and a new technique that I'm going to show you how to put together today. Listen, I have this amazing collapsible mesh roller. I'm going to kind of show it to you this way. It is so nice. I have my rolls of mesh on it, and it's simply, we're going to take it and we're going to take the top layer here. I'm going to move my thing out of the way here. I'm going to run it through like so, okay? And what's nice, I don't know if you've worked with this like fabric mesh before, but it tends to curl up. So I'm going to put this out of the way a little bit, and I'm going to just be able to put it like so, and I'm going to measure it, and we're going to cut it, okay? So this project is great for any of that 21-inch mesh, 21-inch poly burlap. This is fabric mesh that you already have and you need to use up. We're going to cut these at 15 inches, and I'm just going to use a rotary cutter. That's all I'm going to do. So basically, we need to cut this roll, and I'm not sure how many we're going to use. So I'm just going to cut the whole roll at 15 inches, and then what you're going to do is you're going to turn it, and you're going to cut it again at 15 inches. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a 15-inch by 15-inch square to work with, okay? So like I said, this is a great project for all those 21-inch mesh. You can use regular mesh, poly burlap mesh, fabric mesh, all those will work for this, okay? So cut the whole roll, and then we're going to cut the yellow poly burlap at 10 inches each. Okay, so let's talk about what frame we're going to use. You could use any one of these frames and it will do just fine. The exception I would make here is you're going to want to put some plastic canvas mesh, which is, let me show you here, is this stuff that I get. I think this came from the Wreath shop. You can get it from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if the Wreath shop has it in stock, but I keep it on hand here, so I always have some. But listen, you can find that stuff at the store in the yarn and embroidery section, but we're going to use this one today. This one came from Wreaths of Joy. I have a coupon code, and I will put that on the bottom of the screen here if you want to get one of these. I've used this several times now, and I think we're going to make a playlist or something with this wreath frame, so we're going to show you how to do that in a moment. But if you have these wreaths and you want to do that, go ahead and do it. You're going to put the first petal in between here, on that, between bar 1 and bar 2, you're going to attach it that way. And if you want to use a smaller one, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to use less petals. So again, you're going to attach it between bar 1 and bar 2 underneath, like that. So let's get started on this frame. Okay, so but before we get started on putting our petal on the wreath frame, we're going to construct it, and then we're going to put them on our wreath frame. So we're going to make them first, all right? So this is a 15 by 15 inch cut out of the 21-inch mesh. So this is a great project. I don't know how many places have the 21-inch fabric mesh left or poly burlap, so you're going to have to check around. Again, there's Trendy Tree, the Wreath Shop, Mel's Crafty Mojo, and Wreaths of Joy. All their links will be down below. You can check them out and see what they have. And then again, you might have some of this on hand and you're wanting to know, what in the world am I going to do with it? So let me show you what you're going to do with it. So first off, we're going to make a triangle, all right? So we're going to do the first fold here, okay? Then we're going to fold it again, all right? So now we have this really pretty, this mesh is a little puffy, and your other mesh will be too, okay? Now, the only thing that I will tell you with deco mesh, you will see through it a little bit more. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're making these. You might need more petals to make it look a little bit more dense. So we're going to put this one over here, and I'm just going to lay my scissors on this one, and we're going to lay it there, okay? Then I'm going to take one of my 10-inch cut poly burlap again. You can use any color you want, you could use fabric mesh, deco mesh, whatever you want here, okay? This is like one of those projects that you might be able to clean out your storage from, okay? But again, if you need mesh, check out the places I use below in the description comment or description box, and those are all great companies. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same thing we did here. We're gonna make a triangle and we're gonna fold it over, okay? So here's the key. I want this open side and this open side on the same direction, okay? So I'm going to remove this and we're going to place this, I'm going to just show you, about 1 inch down. All right, so when we do that, we're going to come together right here, and then I'm going to come together again, okay? And we're going to make this petal. I'm going to turn this and make it a little bit more. There we go. All right, so you're going to make that petal. Now what I want you to do next is, because I want to make these petals ahead of time because of a certain step we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap these with a zip tie. You could use some rubber bands, some hair ties. You could use, some wire if you wanted, whatever you want, okay? Maybe you want to hold it with a chip clip. So I'm just going to kind of like hold that down. All right, so I'm going to make more of these, and I will do like a little fast video of me making them. But this isn't the only thing we're going to do to this petal. So I want you to stay watching because we're going to make a bunch of these, and then I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, here's the second step we're going to do. We're going to actually paint the inside of the yellow petal. This is totally optional. You can, this is kind of like a clean out your craft storage project, but you could use whatever colors you wanted. If you wanted a more complementary color, if you were going for something really specific, this is where that comes in. So I'm just taking a little bit of this paint. I got this probably at Hobby Lobby. It's Anita's acrylic, and this one says eggplant. So that's the color. I just had that on hand, so I'm just using it because I felt like it was the closest to what I had here. So what I discovered when I first did this wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to look. I wanted to look a little bit deeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all the insides of my petals here and then let them dry. And then I'm going to go back and add another coat to them. So this will dry fairly quickly too. So you could even put this on your wreath form and then add another layer if you're impatient like me. But as you can see, I'm just using this kind of brush. I've used this. You could use one of these. I just felt like that probably gave me a little bit more control because I didn't want to go too much. But again, if you don't like this part, you don't have to do this part. But I wanted to kind of add a little bit of dimension to our flower petals here to kind of give it more lifelike look. So I'm going to do this to all my petals. I have probably about, I have to count them. I probably have about 17 to 20 petals here. So I'm going to do these and we're going to let it dry, and then we're going to add a second coat onto them. Okay, so you can see all the petals I've been doing, and here's one with 2 coats and here's one with 1 coat. So you can kind of see the difference. So once it dries a little bit, I just go back in and add some more color. And really, guys, you could use your imagination. You could do the outsides of your petals, whatever you wanted to do, and just kind of have fun with it. It's just really that easy. You just need to be a little bit patient. We may add some leaves to this, but while I'm talking about this, while we're doing some of these, I wanted to make sure, guys, did you know about Julie's Biz Boutique? If you are somebody who wants to sell their wreaths, wants to sell their crafts, that looks like one I've already done, and you need help with social media, you need help with the business side of it, and you're like, Julie, I am so lost with Etsy and Pinterest, and I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to do Pinterest and Instagram and all those things, and I don't even know what an email list looks like and how to do it. I can help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below. And normally, guys, I don't have my group open all the time, but this is a subscription group and you will pay a monthly fee to be in it, and you get like 4 trainings a month. And then you get access to all the other trainings, over like 75 trainings that we've done before. You get access to all of them. So, and as this goes on, that is just going to keep growing. I'm going to leave that link in this video. So even if it's a year from now, you can still join my group at that subscription price, which is at $37. And listen, the price isn't always going to stay that cheap. And I'm going to be really honest. If you've looked at any business groups out there, I'm probably one of the cheapest ones out there. I have the knowledge to help you, and I have a team that does it with me, and we would love to have you. So click on that link, join my group. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And let's start with the next step of this wreath. Okay, so I have my little fan that's on my petals here. But guys, I had to take it a step further. And the step further is, I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to add just a little bit of black. We're going to add a little bit more dimension into this. So I'm going to take one that's pretty done, and I'm just taking a really thin brush, and I'm just going to start kind of in the middle of where I did it, and we're just going to go up. Just one stroke. Just to add a little bit to this, kind of like add another layer. So we have 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 layers of look. So I really want to kind of like elevate the whole flower making wreath for you. And so this is what we're going to do. Now, stay watching, because I'm going to show you at the very end of this video what to spray the wreath to keep the paint on your wreath. Okay, so keep watching. Okay, for you, it's just a second or two, but for me, it was a little bit more than that. So we're back, and now we're going to put our little petal combinations on our wreath form again. We're going to use this from Wreath of Joy. I will have the link down below, and I also have a discount code if you've never ordered from them before. So basically, you're going to take your zip ties. Yes, we're using 2 zip ties per petals. It'll be okay, guys. Don't worry. It'll be all right. But before you do that, if you want this wreath to have a back to this, I would suggest taking this form, putting it on some felt. I'm going to do that real quick here, and then you'll have a backing for your wreath. So let's do that. I know I just said we were going to put it on, but you know, Julie, you know how I am. If you're just watching me, Julie changes her mind all the time. So give me a moment. And just like that, I have a back for my wreath. It's white. I would have preferred like this deep purple, but guys, I don't have any. So we're going to use the white because I'd rather have it covered in the back than nothing at all. So we're going to use this, set it aside, but grab that frame. And remember, you can use the other frames if you want. We're just going to use this one because I kind of like this one. And I think it's really cool. So what we're going to do is you're going to take a petal, all right? And what I like about this is that this area right here is so much larger, so that when I put it down in here, it's going to really be easy to do. So I'm going to put it underneath there. I'm going to start here where the bracket is, and I'm just going to attach it with another zip tie here. Get us going. All right, do that there. If you like any of my supplies, these are my very favorite scissors. You guys are the ones that told me about it. As you can see, I use them a lot. These are really inexpensive, and you can get them over on Amazon. And my storefront is in the description box below. But what I want to do is I want to just do each point, and then we're going to make sure that everything is balanced out. I kind of like to do it this way just simply because I want to make sure that it's really good. So you're just going to attach that to your frame. So let's see how many we need here. I think we're going to do 2 more. So we just want them to kind of touch ever so lightly here. We don't need them to be scrunched in there. I mean, you could do it that way, but you're going to need more mesh. Add another one. Okay, so we added basically 1 on each of the brackets, and then we added 2. but I want to use every single piece of this purple that we can. So I ended up cutting a few more, and at the end of this, I'll tell you how many we used all together. But I have 3 more available, so I basically just kind of maneuvered these around to add them where we could. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to add 1 in here, 1 here, and 1 here, okay? And then when we come back, I'm going to put some leaves on this. Okay, so I'm going to use this olive green 10-inch poly burlap because it's what I have on hand. What's amazing about this collapsible mesh holder is that you can get something very similar in a smaller, like to fit just these 10-inch rolls. If this is all you use, they have a model that is for this size mesh. So if you don't want the big one, you can always get this one. And this is the Hot Shot. This is, as you can see, it's holding my wood burner. I'm not worried about it. It's, if you get this particular brand from my Amazon shop, but it sits really good. They did a lot of different models. And what I do like is I have a place to put my tips because I always lose those. So we're going to use these. This is how we do the wood burner. I have a glass cutting mat right here. It's really important. Again, Amazon storefront. You can go check it all out. This, though, is at the SWAT Creative Supply, Susie's Reason Things site. So I will have that linked below. So you're just going to take it and you're going to cut it at 10 inches. This particular mesh is like not as straight. It's like going in a curve. So I'm not really going to follow that curve, but generally I would. So I'm going to see the 20-inch mark here. So normally I use the wood burner, but like today, because of the style of petal we're doing, we didn't really need to. It was like an added step that we didn't need to use. So a rotary cutter is just as good. I would definitely wear a mask when I'm using this, and I probably use this 98% of the time when I'm cutting my mesh. So again, you can get a smaller mesh holder if you don't want the longer size one, but this is such a great product and I really, really love it. So, okay, you see 1 leaf that I put here. So now I'm going to put another leaf right here. So you're just going to have your petals up. The reason why we use wood burner, I forgot to tell you this, is that it helps reduce the fraying. So you're just going to come and make that simple petal that I've always shown you how to do. We're going to take this and put it over top of the left, always goes over the right. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just stick it right in there, okay? I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to grab a zip tie. I'm going to go under bar 1 right here and then come out the other side. Okay. We're going to gently place this kind of underneath our petals. We just want a little bit, guys. We don't need a lot. If you had like some deco mesh, the 21-inch, and you had something in green, you could cut a 15-inch and do exactly what I just showed you, but make sure you use a wood burner because you will have fraying issues. Okay, if you use a wood, one of these without, and then you have a raw edge, just know that you're going to have an insane amount of fraying. So we're going to do 2 there, and then I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. If we do 1 here, 1 there, a couple here. I think that'll be good enough. So I'm going to just jump over here and add some. And keep doing that, and then I'm going to skip a few more and do this again until we get the look we want. All right, I really love how this is coming out. And you know what, I've already decided I'm going to be giving this wreath away. And you're probably wondering, Julie, how do I get an opportunity to win this wreath? Because I do give wreaths away, but you have to be on my email list, guys. That's the thing. So if you're not on my email list, you're going to want to go get on it. And basically what we do is we send out an email. So you're going to want to open my emails when they come to your inbox, because we're not going to warn you. We're going to just have the little entry there. And so basically you fill out a little form that has your address on it so that we know where to send it. We don't mail you anything like spam mail or anything like that. Don't worry. But if you're in the United States, I cover the shipping, and we would love for you to get on our email list. And this is going to be one of them I give away. I have already decided that I think that this needs to be a giveaway. So I think this will be really, really pretty. So I will link that below. I'll try to link some things in the comments too for you guys, because I know some people are like, I don't know where the description box is. But it's pretty easy to find. You just kind of go underneath the video where all the writing is, and it'll say more. Click on more and you'll see everything. All right, I think this is looking mighty beautiful. I love it. So we've got 8 of these left. We've got to make the 8 work. So that's basically, you're going to need 1 roll of the yellow, 1 roll of any kind of 21 inch. That's how much we got out of a 21 inch. And you won't use quite a full roll of a poly burlap, of course, but we're going to take these and we're going to place them in such a way that it covers right at the spot we want it to cover. Okay, so I think that this is perfect right here, because we're going to take one of these, but we're going to jazz this up, guys. This is not done. We're going to put this in the middle. And so basically I want you just to hold on. And we're going to put 1 here. This is where this grid in the middle is really handy, because you can put it wherever you want. You're not limited to certain things or holes or whatever. And this way we can do whatever type of, oops, my mesh is in the way, but that's okay. I'm going to be patient. You can do it wherever you want. And so that's why I like this frame. So you must go try this out. Okay guys, I'm loving this wreath. I don't know about you, but this is so pretty. And there's so many possibilities with this that you could do. So I hope that you guys will love and make this wreath. I'm going to do a thing before I do the thing I want to do. Okay, because I put this down on here and I'm like, oh, that looks so pretty. So I'm going to show you how to mount this on your wreath. We're going to put it on there. I'm going to take a picture, because I don't know if I'm going to love this after I do what I want to do to it. So let's see. Okay, so let's take this, and if you've watched me any length of time, you've seen me do these before. You're just going to take some wire, and we're going to take, I always have scrap felt in my drawer here, so we're just going to cut off a piece here. It doesn't have to be pretty. That'll do. I have some little pins here that we're going to take and use as well. And then a piece of wire. So let me find that. I am going to do a craft room haul for you guys, or a reveal here soon. I ordered something today to help me do that. So I'm just going to take my cordless glue gun, again, Amazon. Everything's in my Amazon storefront. I need more glue though. That would help. We have everything situated so that everything is literally around me here. So I can't wait to show you my little setup here. So we're going to just put a bunch of glue there. I'm going to put my felt down. Here, I'll glue this too. And then we're going to take and put these pins in. Okay, now the glue that I use in my glue gun is the Gorilla Glue Sticks, just because I just feel like it's a better glue. So we're going to use that here and just let that all set up. I'm going to put a few more of the pens here and we'll let that set up. Okay, I think you know where I'm going with this. I just took the pictures of this beautiful wreath. I'm so excited about this one, guys. So if you've watched this far, in the comments, would you please leave me some sort of flower, since we're making a flower wreath? And I always appreciate it when you guys leave me comments and you let me know that you've watched, and it's just so encouraging. Yes, we're going to take paint. We're going to take one of these little bristle brushes. I think I got them at Walmart for 50 cents a piece, and I'm going to get all that excess paint off of it. I don't want a lot of paint. So I'm either going to love this or I'm going to hate it. That there is no way around this. So let's just try. We're going to start on the edges here. And I'm going to just go and try to keep it very uniform. Okay, I like where we're going with that. Isn't that pretty? Because when you look at a flower, guys, okay, it's not generally, you know, it's a variegated color or it has a little bit more. And so what I wanted to do is just add that little bit of more. Okay, ooh, that's pretty. So the more paint I have on it, the better. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more. And we're just going to keep going. Okay, I don't not like this. I think I kind of like this. So you can get a little bit more paint on it. But again, it's easier to take the paint off, or it's easier to put the paint. Let me say this again. It's harder to take the paint off, guys. So you want to just be very conservative with this part. I'm going to go up just a little bit and see what we can do. But I think this is going to be really pretty. I do know they have these in stock over at the Wreath shop. I'm not sure about Trendy Tree or the other places I mentioned. But again, if you use my affiliate links, thank you so much. That helps my family. It helps me be able to make these videos. And it also helps me be able to give away these wreaths. So as you can see, I'm just kind of working my way up here. And I think we're going to be done here in a moment. I don't think I'm going to do too much more. So we're just going to see how that goes. Let's move. And it's not wet at all. So it's like a dry paint. And I think that, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I'm in love. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your wires here. We're going to go through. If you want to add more paint, if you want to get a little bit more creative with it, go right ahead. This is just a great way to kind of make something a little bit more original. So we got this. I'm going to just flip it over and we're just going to do this. Now, if you want to cut all this off, you can. Okay, that's really up to you. But what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to grab my piece of felt. Oh, there it is. And we're going to put it on the back. And so we're going to just kind of make sure all this goes down. And all you're going to do is poke some holes here. And then you're going to connect it with zip ties all the way around. So just do that and come right back. Okay. This is the finished product. You're looking at about a 24-inch in diameter wreath. I told you at the end I would show you what I would spray it with. This is what I would recommend. It's the Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. It's clear, guys. It has to be clear. And I want you to look for this on the can. It says UV resistant. It's non-yellowing. It's fast drying. But what that will do is it will help seal the color overall, your wreath, your mesh. But it will also help seal in the paint that we added to this wreath. So that's really important. But again, thank you for watching. Again, I want you to remember my text list, and remember I am giving this one away. So if you want to get on my email list, I will pin both my email list and my texting. Get on the know for when I post reads, when anything's going on, when I go live over on Amazon. But listen, I hope you've enjoyed this wreath and I am loving it. So we'll see you next time in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.